All right, guys, welcome. I'm just gonna wait a little bit until everybody hops in to this free webinar, to this free training. Three secrets to 10,000 per month with e-commerce. Right? I'm gonna wait a little bit, but I see some people already in the chat. Hey, how are you guys doing? All right. Um, um, I'm just gonna get started. The first is just an introduction, so if people hop in a little bit later, then that's okay. All right. Three secrets to 10,000 per month with e-commerce. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much. All right. First thing that I want to do is thank you so much for attending this webinar, for being here, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us and learn with us and learn how to build your own business, right? So, as a special gift to attending, I'm going to give you a full free training that I did on my mastermind coaching group about how to build these type of businesses, right? How to build a business that makes 35,000 in a month, how to build a business that makes 15, almost 16,000 in a week, and then how to build a business that makes 80,000 in a little bit less than 4 months, right? I'm going to give you a full 1 hour training if you stay until the end, but you have to stay until the end, all right? So if you stay until the end, I'll give you that. And thank you so much again. All right, so who am I, right? You probably know a little bit about me since you got a few of my emails, but I'm just going to give a quick introduction about where I come from, what I've been through, and essentially where I started my journey, right? I'm Rafael Cintron. I'm from the island of Puerto Rico in the Caribbean. I'm sure you've heard of it once or twice, right? I dropped out of university to pursue online marketing. I was one of those hustlers that dropped out, that thought there was a dream and really followed onto it and worked hard for it, right? I didn't see myself going the traditional 9 to 5 route. I saw myself building a business, being an entrepreneur, and I went all for it, right? It wasn't as easy as I thought, right? I failed for 2 years trying to build a business, an e-commerce business, and I wasted a lot of money. I wasted thousands of dollars just trying and testing stuff. And I didn't have the right guidance, right? I didn't have the right mentors or the right trainings to follow. And forward to now, where I am now, right? I run two successful e-commerce stores, totaling me about $60,000 in profit every month, and I'm able to travel the world with my girlfriend. We've been to more than 40 countries. Chances are, if you live in a country or live in a city, I've been there and I've been there with my girlfriend. So let's do that right now. Pop where you're from right there in the chat. Just say your country or a major city in your country, right? So now I can work from anywhere, and I run a team of people that work for me, and I outsource a lot of the work on my e-commerce businesses, right? I don't do everything. I have people that do it for me, and it is a very automated and very controlled process, right? To be able to make these kind of numbers, to be able to make 60,000 plus in profit, right, straight to the bank per month. So before I go on, I want to give you some success stories from my students, from my free coaching students, from my paid coaching students, because it's not just me that has done it, it's also them that have done it, and it's also you that you can potentially do this for yourself, right? So the first student success story is Henrik Lasu from Hungary. He started from absolute zero. He took action after this training. I remember him messaging me that he was at the mall just doing some shopping and he got the email notification. He started watching the training and immediately after that started taking action. And in the process of him learning from my training, after just 2 weeks, he started making $200 to $300 per day in sales, which translates to about $200 in profit, right? He started making about $6,000 a month in profit just 2 weeks after watching this training. Can you imagine that, right? Put yourself in his position. You watch this training, and about 2 weeks after, you keep learning from me, and you make 6,000 per month, right? Another success story, Mido. He was also one of my paid coaching students, and he started from zero. Took my webinar and crash course. This is a crash course that I offer. It's the e-commerce elite academy. He made his first sale within 24 hours, right? And now makes about $100 in profit every single day, totaling up about $3,000 a month, right? If you can imagine, after 24 hours from now, you make your first sale, it is possible because my students have done it. It's not just me that have done it. All right. So what changed for me, right? What took me from being that broke, that, you know, dropout that essentially tried a bunch of stuff and didn't work? I started modeling successful brands and companies. What were they doing? What types of products they were selling? What audience they were selling to? And this was key in just determining the types of products that I had to sell for my customers. And that's what I'm going to teach you in just a little bit. I then created a bulletproof testing process to all my e-commerce stores to see if those products actually had any potential. I then created a bulletproof testing process to those products, right, to see if they had the right potential that I needed and the right fit for my audience, and essentially the potential for me to scale them to these types of revenues, right? 15 grand or more every single month. That is one of my that essentially is a screenshot from my biggest month, from my first biggest month, right? From my first $15,000 month, July of 2017, which was last year. And essentially, it's when I really started to take off from $15,000, now all up to $100,000 in sales every single month, right? I followed three simple steps, which I'm going to show you right now. I created this 3-step process that I'm going to show you, and that you can follow right after watching this training. So once I started following those 3 steps, that's when I really started seeing big numbers, which I'm going to show you right here. Those big numbers I'm talking about this is all either 2017 or 2018, right? On the right-hand side, we have a screenshot of $215,000, almost $216,000 over the period of a little bit more than 30 days in 2017, right? The months of October to December. This is by far my biggest 30 days or my biggest 40 days to date, $215,000, right? If you can imagine that after following this training, after learning from me continuously, you can be at this type of revenue, it is possible because I've done it. And I've done it multiple times across multiple of my e-commerce stores, right? And then on the left-hand side, you have this year on one of my e-commerce stores, we've done already $75,000 in less than 4 months, right? So if you can imagine essentially yourself in this position, right, having stores that are making more than $25,000 every single month, then it is possible. I've done it, and my students have done it, right? I built a repeatable system, right? After I essentially learned how to take my stores and my business to this level, I created a repeatable system. And that system is called, which I'm sure you'll hear about it a little bit more later in the webinar. It's called the e-commerce freedom system, or the e-commerce freedom program. And as you can see here, students are getting their first sale, and this is all within the first week, right? Students are making their first $100, their first, so one student right here on the right made $713 in a single day, 3 weeks after starting with me. So if you can imagine that in the next week, after watching this training, you can make your first sale, your first $100 with Shopify, with e-commerce, and then you can start making $700 a day from the system. It is possible because my students have done it, right? And you can see it right here in the proof. I created a step-by-step program with 20 successful students. Here are 2 of them. And as you can see on the left-hand side, one of my student testimonials, he was tired of losing money. He was trying everything until he invested in coaching. And when he started investing in coaching, good things started to happen. He made his first $500 day. And this student in particular, I'm not going to reveal his name, but he's already at $800 to $900 a day from one of his e-commerce stores. So he's essentially absolutely crushing it, and is one of my star students, right? On the right-hand side, you can see that one of my other students, that he sent me this about a week after starting. I shared with him the course And then I asked him, hey, please don't share this with anyone. And then he said, no, we'll keep all the info sound and secure. By the way, I got my first sale. His fifth sale about a week after starting out with my program, learning from me and learning the steps to success, right? If you can imagine yourself, or if you want to achieve this type of success, give me a yes or a one in the chat right now. Give me a yes in the chat. I want to know that you guys are excited, as excited as I am. All right, so I see a lot of people getting excited, right? Let's absolutely get started. But before we get started, I want to give you a little other free gift, which is my Worldwide Movement e-commerce group, right? And it's a 7-figure e-commerce secrets group. It's on Facebook, right? You can join it right now. Right now we have over 2,000 members, but this is a screenshot from a few weeks back, so it was 1,800. Right now we're at 2,000 people, and you can go ahead and go on Facebook, type it, join the group, learn from me for free, and learn everything that you need to know to build a successful e-commerce store. So, right, that's the last little free gift that I'm going to give you here before we get onto the real train. Let's go for it. All right. So the secret number one: how do you actually find profitable products that you can model off of? Right. I was talking about how what changed for me was modeling companies that were already successful. But how do you actually find those profitable products?
All right, so let's get right into it. How do you actually find these profitable products, right? So what we're going to do is, the first thing is go to Amazon, but we're not just going to go to the general Amazon page. We're going to go to their best sellers page. How do you find that? You're going to go Amazon/bestsellers/CGBS. And what this site shows you, I'm going to show you right now, it's essentially every single bestseller on Amazon per category. So you can essentially go in there and find the best sellers of each category. As you can see, I have clicked on some, and I'm going to show you right now which categories are the most profitable. And essentially, it shows you all the best sellers per category. What you're going to do is, the best category that I recommend, and the one that initially made me money, was home and kitchen. We're going to go right there. Why? Because people that generally buy these type of products are people that have residual income. What that means is that they have a little bit more money that comes out of their salary to actually buy kitchen gadgets, buy home gadgets, home appliances, and so on and so forth, right? So essentially what you're going to do is to go through all these products. You already know that they're selling because they're on Amazon and they're best sellers on Amazon, so you don't have to do any of the guesswork, right? So for example, let's go down any of these. These are too general, but let's go a little bit down. Let's see if I find one. Let's see. So, for example, right here, right? So, a handheld steamer is a small product that has a lot of potential, right? 1,124 reviews, but it also doesn't, it isn't too big, too general, or it isn't an established brand. So for example, if you see the other products up here, right, Tupshroom, this is an established brand. We can't really sell this because they have the ownership of this particular product, right? And for example, this type of product, a Brita filter, one, it's a brand, and two, it's very general, right? We can't really separate ourselves from the rest of everyday water pitchers. But if you go on and see a steamer, you can brand that. You can sell that. Obviously, people are buying it. It's number 37 in the home and kitchen category. What that means is that people are buying it, but it doesn't really belong to a brand, and it doesn't need you to differentiate yourself too much for it to be essentially unique, right? So what you're going to do is essentially, now we learn how to find those profitable products. You go into Amazon, amazon.com/bestsellers/CGBS, and then you will find products that are already selling. People are buying on Amazon, people are reviewing on Amazon, it's clearly selling. And then you're going to use those three criteria of, is it too general? Is it an established brand? And is it something I can try to find and sell for myself? Which in this case, we're going to use the example of that steamer, which hits those 3 criteria, right? After we do that, what are we going to do? Is how to successfully add them to an e-commerce store, right? How to successfully promote them and how to successfully have them on your e-commerce store, right? Not on Amazon, but on your own platform that you essentially own and dominate. Let's go back. And the platform that we're going to use is called Shopify.com. You probably heard of it. It's the largest e-commerce platform in the world right now. About 500,000 people use this software. It's clearly the best one. This is the one we're going to use because it's easy to use, very, very good for beginners, and very good for people that have never sold online. And essentially, I'm going to show you my Shopify dashboard of one of my brands. As you can see, the past 4 months, we generated over $83,000 in revenue. And essentially, there's an app inside Shopify, a very interesting app called Oberlo that I'm going to show you right now. Let it load for a little bit. If you guys are excited to learn all this, and if you found this webinar valuable, this free training valuable, drop a 1 in the chat or drop a yes in the chat. All right, I see a lot of 1s coming in. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your support, and I really appreciate that you guys are getting value and are learning from this training, because that's why I'm putting it out there. You're going to go to this app called Oberlo. And what Oberlo essentially does is it connects manufacturers to e-commerce businesses. And how it does this is it essentially pulls information from manufacturers or verified suppliers in China and all around Asia and connects them to your e-commerce store. And essentially, once you build a Shopify store, you can essentially go over here and search products. Remember, we were saying we're going to do the steamer, the handheld steamer. Let's actually look for it here. Let's go to handheld steamer. Search it here. Give it a little second to load. And now it has 950 search queries, right? So for example, now you will start seeing handheld steamer opportunities of verified suppliers from China or from Asia that you can sell on your own store, right? You can brand for yourself, you can sell for your own self. And essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus a lot on price, because as you saw on Amazon, let me go back to the page, right? It's priced at $30.99. So essentially we have to find a product that is affordable enough for us to be able to sell it at $31, right? If we buy it for $10 and we sell it for $31, we're making a $21 profit, which is a 3x on the product cost, which is what we want on the product price. So essentially, we're going to start looking for products here. You see 14, 17. This one doesn't really count. It doesn't look like. Let me see what else we can find around here. 17. 15, 16. All right, so it seems that is the typical price here on Oberlo. Yeah, so let's see. This one is 12, actually, so it isn't that far off. And once you find a product like this, that it meets your margin, right? It's 12 to 31. We can even price it at $40. But the importance is how you're going to take this product from China, from that manufacturer, into your shop. Well, it's very easy through this platform, through Oberlo. Essentially, all you have to do is add it to your import list. It gets automatically added to your import list, and then you can just click edit on import list. And import list is essentially the products that you want to take from that manufacturer all the way to your shop. And now it's added to your import list, right? All we have to do is essentially change the name, change the description, change the variants, add a new price, and then choose the images we want to use. And then after we do that, all we have to do is essentially import it to the store. We import it to store, and it is automatically added to our shop. Let me show you right now. It is now added to our shop and it is live on our shop. So people can actually go and buy it, right? Go and view. And now the product is on your shop. Obviously, we have to clean up the name, but let it load for a little bit. And now we have the product right here, right? People can essentially pick if they live in Europe or if they live in the US, they can add to cart and they can buy the product, right? It is that easy to take a product that's selling on Amazon, find a manufacturer, and then sell it on your shop, right? So it's not really that complicated. And you might think, okay, that's great. I found a winning product. I added it to my shop. Now, how do I get people through the door, right? How do I get people to actually buy my product? And that is the third secret, how to profitably market your products, which you will do with the platform Facebook ads. So you probably already know about Facebook ads, right? You probably heard the scandal about how they had way too much data from people. Well, a lot of people are saying Facebook ads are a thing of the past and are a thing of like they worked in 2017. They don't work anymore in 2019, 2018. And the truth is, I drive 98 to 97% of my business from Facebook ads. And this is the way to essentially take those products that you added from Amazon, that you found on Amazon, you added them to your e-commerce shop through Oberlo, and now you're going to market them to your customers with Facebook ads. And chances are you found this this video, this webinar, this training through Facebook ads, right? So essentially, they aren't a thing of the past. They still work, and you can still market your products effectively through them. You add them to your shop, and then you use Facebook ads, and then you can target people that are interested or that have similar interests to that product, all right? So that is how you market your products effectively after adding them to your shop. So now that you know that it is possible to find profitable products, add them to your own e-commerce store, and then sell them through Facebook ads, I'm going to show you even more student success stories, right? So this is Karen. Karen found my ad on Facebook. She joined my private training group, which you can join at the end of this webinar. And already about a month after joining, she's on her way to $5K per month, right? She's making $5,000 a month with my system by following the exact steps that I just laid out and that I lay out in my private program. Let's keep going. There's another student success story, Ilya. He started absolutely broke, started training one-on-one with me, and the way that we actually worked together was he agreed to work with me on customer service, and then I trained him one-on-one on how to build his e-commerce business, and now he's making more than $5,000 a month from his shop, from his own e-commerce store, after just 2 or 3 months of working next to me and essentially learning my system that does work, that people have proven that it works, and essentially gone out and tried it for himself and built a $5K a month business. All right, so other student experiences that I'm going to show you right here. As you can see, the one that I showed you in the beginning, he got his first sale after just a week or two of working with me. And on the right, you can see that I have a program. It's called the Inner Circle, which I'm not going to pitch you in this training at all, but it is one of the groups that I really, really care about because it's my closest group of students. And as you can see, one of my students just said, because Rafael knows his stuff. Hey, it's Rafael here. Thank you so much for watching this free training, 3 steps to 10,000 per month with e-commerce. If you want to take this to the next level, if you want a step-by-step system, if you want to get privately coached by me on how to start making sales in the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks, and take you to 10,000 per month, I want to invite you to the e-commerce profits Inner Circle. That is my private program, private coaching and mentoring. I have about more than 100 students in there making $10,000 to $30,000 a month. Some students in there are already at a $50,000 a month mark. So if you want a step-by-step system, if you want to cut down on your learning process, if you want to start making sales in the next couple of days, and you really want to take your business and your income and your life essentially to the next level,
I want to invite you to join it, but it's an application-only process. We are a very tight community. I coach you very, very privately, and we talk every single week. So I want to make sure that you're a right fit. In order to qualify, in order to apply, click the link below or the link that says apply for this program, and you will schedule a call in the next couple of days with me. We'll sit down for about an hour. I'll see if you're a good fit for my program, and we'll go from there. There is a fee for this program because I want only committed people that are willing to invest in their success and in order to grow their business, right? So if you are a right fit after the call, you will go through that fee, you will join the program, and I'll coach you privately to your first $10,000 month and $10,000 months and more going on from there, all right? So if you are committed, if you want a step-by-step system for success, click the link below, schedule a call with me in the next couple of days. We'll get on that call, and we'll see if you're a right fit for my Inner Circle family. Thank you so much, and I'll see you inside.